Hey there. Oh, sorry. I was reading. The Rock says, "Oh, hey there. It's me, Pluggo. I run this show now. Like I said last time I was on here, I kick down doors. We do what we want. Between Two Beards gang. Yeah. Sorry, boys. This is now the Ope-Eh Beards way." And I got me a little non-alcoholic pineapple yuzu radler from Go Brewing. So, hey there. Welcome to the pod.
Oh, hey there.
I was really looking forward to opening this thing, too. But now I just feel off.
Sorry. This is my co-host, Brandon and Pierce.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Well, how are you today? I would like to say Donnie's not real. Hashtag Donnie's not real. Still haven't seen him.
Something about you Indiana folk and Donnie. I don't get it.
You say that, but somebody's kind of sitting
don't know
stage and
you guys. What?
That's
an AI. That's AI.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey there. That's an AI Donnie.
Marcus on my couch.
Have you guys leveled up since the last time I was here? You can get a CGI picture of Donnie. It's real life. It's realistic. I haven't.
It's not Donnie. It's just a video of Donnie.
That's what I'm saying. Is this thing on a loop? Is this
an
live?
Illusion. It's a figment of your imagination.
Donnie, I'm so happy to actually see you. These boys have been telling me you're real. I don't remember the time we were on a show together, as you quote unquote claimed. But I'm glad to see you.
What episode was that? It was a bit ago, but thanks for having me on the show, Pluggo.
You're welcome.
I don't know that we had video at that time.
I'm glad to see you can come on my show, Ope-Eh Beards Way, and enjoy yourself. There's Mi Casa El Su Casa.
A little bit better, but thank you for having me.
I don't remember ever negotiating this restructure.
Listen,
it right now.
It was a hostile takeover, man.
I was gonna say
what
negotiations? I was told very strictly to just come in and bust the door down like I own the place and take over, and that's what I
who
did.
told you this?
Who do you think told me this?
Did Jay send you?
Of course he did.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna get his head.
That Boston anger, man. We don't have that button here.
He'll see anger.
Celtics lost last night. He's struggling.
Oh, well, try being a Bucks fan. We'll see how it feels,
It feels when Giannis is a Rocket next year because they suck too. Guys, listen, I got to be completely honest with you. I feel terrible busting down the doors, but I want to say humbly, thank you for having me on your show. This is got you guys. It's not my show. I tricked you all.
The Ope-Eh Beard Way.
You almost did.
For this episode title.
Okay.
It might be changed.
Ope-Eh Pluggo way. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out. It's provocative, but no,
nobody knows what it means.
I'm glad to be here, guys. I'm glad to be back. I missed you. I'm honestly shocked that you had room for little old me in the stacked month of April that you guys had.
Oh my god!
I feel like I don't belong here.
A crazy 2 months.
Look, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Everyone's all fitting real nice, Pluggo. So you're right at home here, my boss.
Yay.
Ope-Eh 4-way.
Ooh.
Hey.
True 4-horse people.
Don't. Is that AI generated Donnie talking? You guys, what other phrases can the AI generated Donnie say?
A lot of Canadian stuff there, eh?
A lot of Canadian stuff. Hey, hockey, eh?
Hockey, eh? Playoffs, eh?
Labatt.
Hey, how about them Sens?
We don't talk about the Sens right now. We're coming back. We haven't lost at home yet. We haven't lost at home yet. It's fine. It's fine.
You're right. Hey, you're playing the Canes.
My very little knowledge of hockey. All I do know is you have to be very careful up in the above the 49th parallel on what hockey team you talk about because you could get stabbed.
Damn right. Been stabbed
by
3 times already by a skate blade.
That was from Marta.
He said, "How dare you even bring up the Edmonton Oilers?" Stab.
That's it.
Vancouver Canucks, stab. That's how it goes, man. It's wild out there in the.
Imagine mustering energy for the Vancouver Canucks in any iteration. I
don't know what that means.
I think the time to stab about the Canucks was a long time.
The only Canuck I know.
Yeah, that was about 2012 when they went to try and burn down their city. Yeah.
Fun fact: my favorite movie trilogy of all time is The Mighty Ducks, and yet I don't know anything about hockey.
Well, you know Flying V, I would assume.
I do. Those movies are the greatest movies ever made, and I don't watch hockey often.
Emilio Estevez got robbed of at least one Oscar.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have been an alcoholic. That's on him.
No, hindsight's 2020.
The only reason he got that job.
Where do you think you are?
Not that people don't deserve second chances. As somebody that's gotten many a second chance,
beverages.
as somebody who's gotten many a second chance in his lifetime, I'm just saying those movies are predicated. The movies are predicated on some real serious
Viney's Lakeside Cherry.
Because he wasn't going to do it unless he got caught drinking and driving.
Yeah.
No.
And then I assume every time he abandoned those kids is because he fell off them. But they didn't want to say that a PG movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of inferences in them.
Hey there. Oh, hey there.
Brandon, what the hell are we doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Burping. And also, we are going through the Elite 8 of the Ope-Eh Pandemania brackets. We're already past Mania. We'll talk about that, too. It was a big one. Well, at least half of it was. There was a lot of emotion surrounding it this year. But
sure
first,
had ass takes for this Mania, even though
we'll find out in June when we come up to quarter 2. Little Q2 action for the old Hot Take Emporium. Spoiler alert. But as always, to our good folks watching us here on the tubes, make sure to follow us here at Ope Three-Way. Also follow us at Facebook, X. I almost said X and Twitter. Fucking A. Instagram and the old TikTok. We need to get up to 50 viewers so we can shoot shit with you people. Yeah, some people really hang on tight to that there. But we're trying to hang on tight to you viewers. Thank you for a hundo over at the old Facebook. It's not much, but it's our triple digit. So the other one passed the old X there, which somebody happened to throw up this weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. What else? Pierce, are you ready to hit it? I'm going to point this way.
Well, because there is a certain Canadian here, even though he's probably not signed in. I'm going to ask him.
Definitely not signed in.
You think you know me?
Can you hit me with a Donnie?
Oh.
We'll sign you in, Don.
1996, on a taped episode of WCW Nitro, the Giant, a.k.a. The Big Show, a.k.a. Paul White, defeats Ric Flair to win the WCW World Championship for a second time. Got a very small on this day today. 2024. Due to Rhea Ripley having a shoulder injury, she had to vacate the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. So the main event of Raw was a battle royal that was won by the man, Becky Lynch.
That's what Liv threw her into the wall, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I remember
Liv's
that.
shoulder. Liv threw her
against the Sixers mural.
Yep.
And 2 happy birthdays. 1 to Chuck Taylor. And then number 2. To
Darula.
Oba. Femi.
You got to put the shoulders in it. It's all about the shoulders. We're going to be talking about him a bit, too, as a third point.
But WrestleMania was this week. Good. Back at first, Brandon, was that the plan?
Yes. Sorry, no, I got to do a groove there. It was feeling good. You get some kinesthetics, whatever. I'm drinking. I shouldn't be talking big syllables. You know what? We're here at the Elite 8, and the results were pretty...
Seemed pretty cut and dry.
Pretty cut and dry. That's the word I'm going for here. Taking everything into account, WrestleMania 17 beat WrestleMania 19, but it was a lot closer than I thought. Well, I shouldn't say a lot closer, but it only won by apparently 2 votes. So, between WrestleMania 17 and WrestleMania 19, I'm just going to do one of these matters here. Babo. And look at that. It just goes right on to the next circle.
Vote for that way. 17 over 19.
What's that?
Oh, yeah. 17 over 19.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
What about this next one? We called this one the hardest one in the bracket, but it seemed like it was a fucking landslide.
It was a runaway, and I was very, very surprised. I mean, I have my bias, but Donnie, I'm sure you'll object to this one maybe being so runaway, but this WrestleMania 40 had 14 votes over WrestleMania 39's 1.
That was easy.
That was very surprising. WrestleMania 39 was quality.
You know why?
39 was a better WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40
there's Donnie's
was a
vote.
better main event.
Okay, so
listen, that's all you need, AI Donnie. That's all you need, AI Donnie, is that mistake in the main event of WrestleMania 39, and that smears that WrestleMania forever.
Well, here's the thing, though. Pluggo.
The best triple threat and the best women's match of WrestleMania history.
Doesn't matter.
True.
They didn't finish Cody's story when they should have.
Well, here's the thing, Pluggo. If we didn't have WrestleMania 39 go the way it did, we wouldn't have WrestleMania 40.
That's true. But that's why I'm saying WrestleMania 40 is better than 39.
But you don't have 40 without 39. You know?
It doesn't matter. Listen, don't pull holes in my logic here. This is my show.
There's no Cody Rhodes should have gone undefeated to beat Roman.
Guess what, though?
I will 3 years ago. Fuck. No way.
Yeah, right.
They shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have. They didn't need to do all of that crazy mental gymnastics they did for 40 because they screwed the pooch at 39.
Vince McMahon.
So look, it's it's 40 only because 39 they screwed us. They screwed us.
Well, you just don't acknowledge the true tribal chief that is Solo Sikoa. So I don't know what to tell you.
One's up.
I mean, you won't see me putting ones for Solo. Well, especially in the context of WrestleMania.
What does do to you?
Well, WrestleMania 39, Solo Sikoa just kind of jumped in for the little dupe. And then WrestleMania 40, he got put through a table by Cena and wasn't seen again. He wasn't able to put down Cody.
On the planet,
he had bloodline rules to his favor. And now what's he doing?
And here's a win that was done because of our friend Wells Mania.
Yeah, this is was a Wells run.
Mania 8 has no right fucking being in the final 4.
It beat WrestleMania 3.
It did. Yeah, it looks like 4-2.
6.
Because that's 8. WrestleMania 8. That's the
WrestleMania 8.
That's Hogan and Sid.
Oh, that's
beat
because
WrestleMania 6.
Mania, dude. Shout out to the Hoosier State, baby. Hoosier.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was gonna say, I feel like you'd have jumped.
This match card. Owen Hart over Skinner in 1.5 minutes. Tatanka over Rick Martel in 4.5 minutes. People want to complain about how long the matches were this year. The longest match was 18 minutes.
Yeah, but they probably had 27.
That's got to be Flair Savage, right?
It was Flair and Savage.
How many matches were on that card, though?
Only 10.
And we only got 6 on Sunday night of this year, so. I don't know.
Think of all the commercials.
I mean, I can't stop thinking about all the commercials. I don't know about you guys, but I know the Liberty theme song inside and out.
Liberty.
Oh, Liberty. I'm like, I'm not getting that insurance no matter what you tell me.
Did the correct Mania make the final 4 here?
Yes, it did. Pretty handily. This one, I think you'd be satisfied with, Pierce. It looks like 30 only got 1 vote compared to more than a handful for WrestleMania 31.
That was surprising. 30's not bad.
But 31?
31, yeah. 31 had the awesome Seth Rollins cash in. Seth Rollins had that Randy Orton. That's that epic RKO, too. Wasn't Sting there?
He was.
In the daylight.
In a
very fun, weird match.
Yeah.
In a match he should have had with Undertaker, but, well...
It would also happen in the daylight, though. It still would have been weird.
In the day! Sorry.
Yeah, it was just Sting and Undertaker were in the building, and both of them were featured in the daytime.
Just feeling
not
weird.
ready. They didn't fight each other.
The illusion.
Pluggo's
Done.
game is
It's
completely thrown off.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know you were gonna be here. Now I'm all frazzled. I'll never get invited back.
Speaking of frazzled, we got a Final Four here, and I don't know what to think about this one. This has me frazzled right here.
Well,
I don't know. What do you boys think?
17 versus 31. Boom, done.
Yeah,
17?
Yeah,
Pluggo's correct.
yeah. I also
You-
agree that Pluggo is correct.
Wow,
You
I
think-
need to come. I need to do it.
Wow, 17 that handily and quickly over 30 or 40, hey?
It should have been 39 versus 31, but
I
Ooh.
love WrestleMania 40. This podcast doesn't exist without it. But X7, man, it's perfect.
Well, we can't just say X7 because it's X7, right? Like, we gotta give it some substance. Like, what's your favorite thing about WrestleMania X7, Pierce? What's your
The
favorite thing?
Battle Royal.
The gimmick
Yeah.
battle royal over
Iron
your
Sheik,
favorite thing?
Iron Sheik can't take a bump.
Cheeky
so he wins.
baby.
It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
So
And then,
that
of course,
that
Lynn McMahon standing up.
yes. So those things over anything that was the best thing out of WrestleMania 40. I mean, I guess we don't just compare the best, right? It's collective, but
I'm gonna. I'll
well,
give you
apparently we
another
don't do
take.
that for main events.
Limp Bizkit over the weekend.
oh yeah, he was featured. You're right. It carries.
Oh
through.
yeah, you gotta. I'm trying
Can't
to.
rock forever.
Let's see here. I don't know.
I mean, this isn't going to move it along today. We still got to put the votes to the people. Power to the
mean,
people.
Doing a John Laurinaitis impression.
I just pulled up the results just for funsies. You had Xbox and Just Incredible tag teaming together. I mean, what more could you?
The X Factor.
What more could you possibly want? Chris Jericho versus
Albert.
William
Dealing
Regal.
with the X Factor.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Everything I ever wanted.
Eddie Guerrero defeated Test.
Hardcore
Sorry,
triple threat. Like,
Shane McMahon defeated Mr. McMahon. I mean, come on. Edge and
That
Christian.
match was great.
You did have the Edge Christian Dudley that TLC match. I mean, that's
TLC.
hardcore triple threat.
so okay. So the problem, we're counting WrestleMania. So that's 2 nights of WrestleMania 40 does kind of skew it a little bit.
Yeah, there's an asterisk that kind of factors in. And X7 did pack a lot of good shit into one night.
I'm sure we did get the Cody. He did finish his story. We did get that. We did get the Rock returning to wrestling and that crazy. But I mean, like, I think Bailey and Io Sky was on that card too. That was a good match. I
Great
mean,
match.
Becky and Rhea was good. I mean, there was some good stuff. It's closer than I think.
There's a lot of good stuff on 40, but top to bottom, X7
Man.
clears it.
Every time I look at the 40 card, I remember that main event in night 1 was 45 minutes.
It
Holy
was.
shit.
Just shenanigans.
It was very
oh
cool.
my god!
Very
You're going to give The Rock his time.
Freezing.
Very.
It
cool.
was very cold.
It was very cool. And the night 2 was really, really nice. I mean, I will say they did have the Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso match. That was a dud.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Yeah.
video package, though.
Oh, sure. It was supposed to be a good match, but then they didn't really. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. WrestleMania 40s. Not bad. More than I talk about it, but
I mean, X7 was definitely like a prime time in my fandom. I will say there was a lot of great shit going on. I was very passionate about the product entirely, and minus the politics and the shit that you become aware of as you get older, right? But 40 was definitely a highlight. You know, obviously the Ope-Eh three-way.
No,
Doesn't exist without 40.
without 40.
you guys started a podcast strictly on the basis of WrestleMania 40.
Kinda.
And drinking beers and eating potato salad.
Okay.
And yeah, general
That's cool.
camaraderie.
A wrestling tailgate. Yes. At WrestleMania 40.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm not even making fun of it. That's pretty dope. That's how these things should start up. Is people should be loving the product and start a pod. Everybody should start a pod, man.
Mm.
I started the independent wrestling podcast I do for Exposure because I was sitting at home like a couple years ago watching The Collective going, nobody on my channel talks about this. we need to talk about this. So that's
Collective is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, dude, for sure. One of these years, I'm gonna go. Just
All right.
crazy.
Well,
Did we decide how this one's gonna go?
Well, I love you, man. The
Did you cap?
Cinderella story ends here.
Did you cap his vote? Did you guys cap his votes?
I had
Bro,
How many burners did he put in?
all
This
of them.
card is so bad. Oh,
I love that Wells Mania willed this WrestleMania to the Final Four so much so that I'll ride with Wells and pick it over 31 because I love that man and I appreciate the hustle.
I love him too, but like, come on, 31 top to bottom is a top 3 Mania.
I just hate to do it to Sid. You know, he's already had enough smear this week.
The main event was won by DQ.
Yeah.
It was a botch.
But
it was a botch.
Dairy Queen won the main event?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Ah.
No, it was botched. It was supposed to be Shango runs in after the leg drop and hits them, and then the DQ happens. But Shango missed his cue, so Sid had to kick out of the leg drop, which had never happened before. And then the DQ happened after that.
Nice.
Yeah. What a shit show that was.
Let's go WrestleMania 8, baby.
All they had to do to fix this Mania was to do Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair.
Listen,
That's it.
Everybody, you do brackets. You do brackets not to find out true winner, to find out who the Cinderella is going to take this thing. And Cinderella's story here, WrestleMania 8.
It was fucking Mania 8.
Listen, Green Bay. When Green Bay, Wisconsin, the University of Green Bay, Wisconsin gets that 12 seed, you're all like, run the table, boys. Now you don't want the.
I never think that.
Well, I would have said Green Bay, but Doug Gottlieb's a piece of trash.
Green Bay.
Sorry to the Green Bay faithful that watch Green Bay college basketball. Doug Gottlieb is garbage. Sorry, not sorry.
You're not.
You don't sound sorry
here, man.
He's a very anti Notre Dame guy, and I'm Notre Dame because he went to school here and got kicked out because he stole someone's credit card, and now he's had this like vendetta against the school. Like,
for him being a dickhead.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, and he's just like anytime he can, he flames Notre Dame, and I'm like,
I mean, Notre Dame does a good job of flaming themselves. Don't get
whoa, AI Donnie, whoa. Hey, Ope-Eh there. This is a family show.
It is. I guess if it's
fuck that family.
It's a family show. All right. Last weekend, WrestleMania 42. 2 nights. Tale of 2 nights, because night 1, it was a night of wrestling. Not much of it.
It was a night of commercials.
Oh,
the night of intros.
Brought to you by TKO. You know, some people kind of lined it up. They said night 1 was more of like a TKO kind of a WrestleMania, but night 2 was the WWE WrestleMania. They got it right, and we'll clarify that, I suppose. But
like,
you know,
if we talk about the commercials for one thing, I think if it was like the 3 minutes of commercials in between the matches, and we'd be fine, especially if there was some backstage stuff like they used to have. But it was 3 minutes of commercials and then 2 more minutes of commercials that they didn't say was going to be there. Like,
not only that, can somebody clarify? I pay for ESPN, the unlimited stuff, because it was part of my Disney Plus package, so it wasn't that much more. But like, I never see any of those video. I get commercials where I should get the video packages leading up to the matches, so I get the commercials on top of more commercials because of that. I'm like, I'm so confused as to why can't I just watch the video packages? What am I doing wrong?
Video packages the entire time, and I was on a VPN to Canada.
Oh,
it used to be better, but now I would say over the last, probably since the ESPN deal started, honestly, now that I think about it, probably around September, it's noticeably more commercials and noticeably less packages.
So it's not just me, because I'm like, I pay for I even do the $30 a month for you guys. Not
right.
All that money and more has to go into some crypto billionaire sitting at the front desk, at the commentary table.
Oh my god, that annoyed me.
That was awesome. That was awesome only in the sense that they were like, they introduced the guy and he like nodded his head and then they never mentioned him again. And I never saw him on screen again until he was back in his seat. And I was like, you paid all that money.
Have we lost the fucking plot that you are selling seats at the commentary desk?
They sold ring space too to fans.
Yeah, they put your name on the mat. They've done that for Madison Square Garden, I think.
Listen, guys. Like I get it. At the end of the day, like everything that we do in this lifetime, when you're a business of that, is about making money. But wrestling fans, like the problem is that TKO is trying to do the UFC thing because that works for that. But like we just like keep it simple, like you said. Night 2, that main event was simple, kept it simple, told an amazing story. You try to do all this other stuff, and then like you just take me out of it. Like you had iShow Speed have that epic moment at the beginning of the show, and then you go into 15 minutes of commercials, and it's like I want to hang on to that moment. Like that's
we'll get ready for a lot more of that too, because not just putting names on mats. That's going to be the TKO way. It's also allegedly throwing celebrities more into the mix on top of what they already do. They say it's not a phase, it's the direction. And I'm like, well, fuck me. Like
celebrities have always been a part of wrestling.
Well, yeah.
If you use them in a like Little Yachty was used perfect. McAfee kind of shoehorned into something I don't even think he wanted to be a part of.
No.
But if we're talking like in weeklies and in every PLE, like it becomes a bit saturated. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's my fear. That's my concern.
The thing is that you look at celebrities going into other manias, they were sparsely used. Maybe they'd have a match, but it'd be in the middle of the card just for that moment to get casual eyes on there. But when you put them into the fucking main event, you are going to drive people away.
No, yeah. I mean, that wasn't the case with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, well, Tyson, I feel like, Tyson
didn't
is a little different.
There's an exception to the rule, of course. For every Snooki and K-Fed, there's Tyson.
Well, and consider the environment too. Like back in those days, you could probably put guys like Austin up there with other combat athletes and fantasy booking type shit. Tyson, obviously, being the greatest, arguably, combat athlete in his sport, certainly among other sports, he's up there for all around. But like, there's more legitimacy to that than say like bringing Jelly Roll, even though Jelly Roll did good. For the couple times he's shown up.
The best move that I've seen all year is the jelly to belly suplex. Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
Come on.
Standards in 2026 are slipping, brother.
Has anybody ever been a part of a company that got bought out or merged with another company?
Yeah.
Like, have you guys still been through that? And you know how it goes with every merger. Oh, we're not going to change anything. We're actually doing this because we want to see how you guys operate and make things better overall. And then slowly but surely, they start to kind of take over and it becomes what their vision is and that's the like TKO for all intents. They don't really understand. Wrestling is such a niche thing to begin with. Like we forget that as wrestling fans and people that are in this space, we forget sometimes that like we're in a really small bubble. Like it's not like you talk to any non-wrestling fan, they go, "Oh, you mean like that stuff Hulk Hogan does?" Like that's the default answer. So the TKO's like, we need to increase this revenue. We need to increase this. How do we get more eyes on it? So let's throw these celebrities at it. I think that they just went from like 0 to 100 and kind of opened some floodgates real fast. And you're like, I don't know if this is working in this because that's not what we as wrestling fans want. We don't want all
and
that.
And then on top of that, they're pricing it like the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah,
go ahead, Don.
That's a different mess. I don't know how many times I need to see George Kittle shotgun a beer.
Yeah, it's
to be fair.
I'm all for the boys and the beers, but it got to be a little excessive after a point.
Him and Halliburton, yeah. But that's I don't necessarily mind the crowd shots or when they do like Celebrity Row. me. But yeah, they were really okay. It didn't help that Kittle was right.
But at least Kittle is like a known wrestling.
TKO's like put it on Kittle, so that we can get more. You know, he thinks it's cool. So,
but at least Kittle's a known
I
wrestling
don't
fan.
know.
Like he's been to the past like 8 Manias. He does the Sierra Miedo.
He was
when
on
he gets
spring break this week.
Like, dude, like one called Manders was his college roommate.
I didn't know that, but that's awesome. That's so
Like, dude gets it, but
cool.
But the big thing for me is they're pricing WWE like the UFC, and you just can't. UFC is legitimate prize fighting, while WWE is a TV show about a wrestling show. It's not the same at all. But
I just hope in the pursuit of celebrities, they don't forget
It's
about
not
parents.
oh, damn it. I thought we talked about this one of the last times you were here, Pluggo.
I still think it's real.
I should
Everything's off kilter now.
just leave.
I
shouldn't
am just as real as professional wrestling. Take that however you want it to
You
be.
heard it.
That breaks my brain. So does that mean you're actually real? Am I getting just bamboozled here? Was I brought here just to
Open up your mind.
Yeah, dude, apparently. Yeah, I saw the comparisons all week, guys, that it was like, oh, well, the Super Bowl's like this. Yeah, it is. I get it, but at least
You don't
you
see
still...
a fan going next to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
in
they
the
don't...
booth.
Right. And they... It's just, yeah, it was a very, very interesting way. And then the reports and everything that TKO has full creative control and all. It's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if the Raw After Mania hit like a normal Raw After Mania either. It was all right. It was good, but I was just, you know what I mean? Like, we're still kind of like TKO. I think in a lot of ways, TKO is trying to figure some stuff out. And I think they're looking at it from a dollar sign perspective more than a creative perspective, and they're trying to wring this thing for all they can because they did merge for what, like $21 billion?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of debt that
No,
the UFC portion has that they got to deal with, right? So
yeah, because that's why you see them throwing all of all these extra PLEs in, and then hey, come ride Cody Rhodes' bus for 10 grand. They're doing you can cook pasta with superstars in Italy as you know what I mean? Like, those are fun things, but it's very clear that this regime is saying, let's figure out how much money we can make on all sorts of things. And the old regime was like, no, we're just going to stick to this.
Yeah. It's quite the difference. Opening match of night 1. The Usos and LA Knight defeat the Vision, and I show speed 7 minutes. It was fine. I mean, it went quick. I didn't really expect this to go over 10 minutes, if I'm being honest.
No.
But like, it was
that's
really
going to be the theme: quick matches.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the biggest thing of this weekend, minus the main events. Like, the only thing that I think we were all just waiting for the I show speed splash at the end, the I show splash or whatever it's called. And like, yeah, we kind of expected him to do something crazy athletic because he was probably the most athletic person in that match. But yeah,
he was also the tiniest one by far. Did you see him on the entry ramp? Because like all three of them, him, Theory, and Logan Paul were like shirtless in the entry ramp. Well, I guess he had some kind of cape. He looked like a child. I don't mean that disrespectfully in the sense that like he's obviously very fit and in good shape.
Yeah.
But like he's so small.
Yeah, he's
I show
He's
small.
small.
He's small, and I think that they did a good job though with him being smaller, and I think they used him pretty well. I think they were really conservative with him, which I think kind of worked for his strength. And then he got to do the big splash thing at the end, like I said. But that was post match. So if you go bell to bell, all that stuff happened after an actual match instead of just incorporating it into the match. We also didn't even explain, like, he still cursed. We didn't even figure that out. And then like 2 days ago, LA Knight broke into his house and wanted to murder him. And now he's like, go kick Logan Paul's ass.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute here, Mr.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I guess. Or
I was like, wait a minute here, Mr. Louisiana Knight. That doesn't make sense, but
Yeah, no, it was
an opener.
I mean, I'll give it to I Show Speed though. Like I gave a lot of shit to like said like more recent celebrity involvements and Speed. Like I kind of have my own. He's not exactly my taste, right? But like he looked, in spite of his relatively small stature, he looked like he belonged. I mean, he's obviously like good with character work. He sells pretty well, all things considered. I did call the finish of the match in spite of my my distinct fandom. I believe I called it last week. I said LA Knight.
Everybody saw that coming.
By LA Knight specifically.
I had Speed pin in LA Knight.
I did too.
Okay. Fierce.
Yeah. Oh, that'd have been something.
Yeah.
But I mean, Speed still came out on the end. LA Knight kind of propped him up, which was again odd, but kind of what you
should have realized that just since Austin Theory was in the match, he was going to get pinned. So
yeah,
here we go.
That was the cheat code to the easy.
It's not enough for me to say that I called the match, and we can just leave it at that.
Nope,
fellas. I said
right.
so.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, okay.
We're praising
We're just rubbing it in now.
We're praising you on your very strong assessment of where Austin Theory belonged in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Getting pinned.
AI Donnie's kind of snarky today.
Yeah. AI Donnie's always fucking snarky.
Have you watched any of the older episodes that I'm on?
Yes.
Match 2.
They haven't paid for the premium Donnie, who's nicer.
The filter? No.
Yeah, no, they haven't paid for the nice filter yet.
Donnie Premium.
Yeah, maybe this is the episode that tips your guys in scales, so making some money, and then you can pay for premium nice Donnie. I'll do my best.
You're gonna need a lot of money.
I don't know why this was on ESPN. Jacob Fatu defeated Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. This feud was probably the longest built feud of the entire WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And they give them an unsanctioned match, which was really just a street fight or a hardcore match. There was nothing unsanctioned about it. And like when I hear unsanctioned match, I think grimy, gross, blood everywhere. And this was not that. It was a very good match. I really enjoyed it. But like, where was the grime? Although I did like when Jacob Fatu hit him with the toolbox. And he's like, "Get up, motherfucker!" And they tried to bleep.
We did confirm Drew's fear of toolboxes. You see how? So as he pulled that thing out.
I mean, he got 14
fear in his eyes.
Toolbox.
Yeah, yeah, it's justified.
But right winner, winner, good match. But wish it was a little grimier.
Yeah, no, they could have
being on cable TV though.
Nope.
No.
But that's the thing. That's where the wrestling part of it gets weird. It's like you've seen far worse in the UFC when people get beat up and bloodied up, but I would have liked to have seen this match go like my thought was if you want to put this on the free hour of ESPN, by all means you do that. But you have these guys absolutely just pummeling each other into that paid portion of the show, so you can go, oh my God, these two are at each other's throats. You gotta tune in to see how this thing ends.
Yeah,
and end it there. Because when they slap the unsanctioned on it, like you said, Pierce, your expectation level goes here because you're like, oh, unsanctioned, that means some shit's about to go down. And instead, it was like a pretty tame street fight where you could have just given Jacob Fatu a victory at WrestleMania and we all be none the wiser for it. Instead, you're like, it's got to be unsanctioned because Drew can't take a loss here, even though the rumors are he's going to film TV. And Drew always makes the most out of losses of anybody that I've ever seen. He can turn it into gold. So, but the match was great. Like, this was fine. It just wasn't long enough and it wasn't unsanctioned enough.
Yeah.
I
almost
this
feel
match,
they could have put
sorry, I was going to say one thing. Yeah, that's it. There should have been a women's match. Yeah. I think
Becky AJ could have fit.
AJ
I think Liv and Stephanie could have fit.
Asuka and Io were right there. Asuka, I don't think was ready, cleared. But
it was disappointing to not have a women's match on the cable TV matches, but sure. I think this would have been the one you could have moved.
They want to showcase their women, but the women got the least amount of time on the whole weekend. Speaking of that, fatal 4-way for the WWE Women's Tags, the Irresistible Forces would lose the title, not to Charlexa, not to Bailey and Lyra, but to Brie Bella, and not with her sister Nikki. Nikki was medically unable to compete, and brought out was a returning Paige. And in a hilarious moment, was somebody says, I think it was Wade Barrett's like, we did not know she was coming back. And then immediately cut to somebody with a Paige's back sign. But like
that guy knew.
But like
they got insiders floating around.
I wish this went a little longer. Like I think that's the theme of both nights is that some of these matches deserved a little longer.
8 minutes for 8 women. We had like 8.
It was a good match. Like there was nothing objectively wrong with it. And maybe you guys disagree, but like Paige looked really good. She looked better than a lot of her stuff in AEW, but like it seemed like she's knocked off some ring rust, and then she gets the pin and the win. And she was somebody that wasn't supposed to ever get a match again in WWE because they weren't going to clear her, and then they cleared her and wins tag titles. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's a shame though that, and I get why they did it because, we were talking about like, are they going to pull the plug if is she hurt? Is she not? They would get the sense of how badly her ankle is indeed fucked. And then, obviously they got to do something. I don't think they would want to, like they said, take Brie's WrestleMania moment away from her. And, the Kabuki Warriors in the tag title picture, how long and how many times have we seen that over the last year or two, right? So they didn't have room on the card to bring Paige back, apparently. So I guess this is the way to do it. They can build story with it, right? Paige and the Bellas, as they've already said in commentary, and as we know, have history. So Nikki's bound to heal up sometime. Who's to say where that goes, right? And it's good to, kind of reintroduce Paige to the broader audience of WWE again, especially considering like how currently, and I've said this too, like Paige coming back into WWE, she came back, she only got, the cheer, the stand up in the Raw audience. So it's like, on one hand, yes, like it was kind of a besmirch in a sense because of like what Paige represents to even the current women's scene. But she's going to have to, I feel like, even though she was like AEW women's champion, she won in Wembley and all that stuff, and she had her stint there, like she's going to have to put in a bit of work in order to like get up to speed and to be relevant and to stay relevant in WWE's current women's scene. When you have competition like Stephanie Vaquer, like Liv Morgan, like Rhea Ripley, like Jade Cargill, like all these top names, and even all these up and comers like Sol Ruca, Zarya, right? She's gonna have to best not to toss her in with the Sharks right away. Yeah, she's gonna have to get up to speed. I'm very excited to see it. She's only 33 years old, so I mean, she's got a lot of time left, and she's already got a lot of work in. So I'm very excited to see her back. Very, very excited. Right, Team One.
I don't think you're wrong, Brandon. I think we're all excited to see Paige back. I just think that we weren't sure if Nikki was going to be cleared. Here's a moment. But if you think about it optically, like they've never tagged together. Bree's had 2 matches in 8 years. In storyline sense, Paige hasn't wrestled because they're never going to acknowledge what she did. So according to them, she hasn't wrestled in a decade. Or whatever it may be. I just thought, like, if you wanted to do that, you could have had Paige come back, be Bree's partner. She could have lost the excitement of Paige being there and just being like, "Thank you, for helping us out in a tight spot," and then have her do something else and give it to one of the established tag teams that you had in the Bailey and Lyra have been crushing, man. Nia and Lash have been killing. Like, why not just keep it on them and then run this back when Bree or Nikki's healthy? Because it's just optically weird that the Bella Twins didn't win tag team gold for their first times together. But like all the things you said are great, and I'm not even disagreeing. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, man, I just felt like that was
a weird way to go about
it.
We
could have done something different here. Like, I don't hate everything that they did, but I was just like, because Paige, she could have easily just been like, hey, I made my return. Now I want to go after the United States Women's Championship or that IC title. Hey, Becky, what's up? Remember me? Like, That's where I don't know. But either way, like, it was fun. It was a fine match. They deserved at least like double the amount of time they got.
Donnie.
What do you think, Don?
Bailey, I don't know what we're doing with her. She got kicked out of the title match last year, and then this year, probably the one that you'd think should win it. Doesn't get it. I don't know. I feel for Bailey a bit.
I think she's coasting to a contract then, honestly. I think we're going to see Pam Martinez being all elite.
Maybe.
Could be.
Oh, hey there.
I will be listening. Just so you fellas know, I got to turn on a light. It's getting dark over here. I got to grab another beer. I'm listening. I'm talking, but I'm invisible for a minute.
Hey, the Invisible Man. How was your match against Sandman at Joey Janela? Greg?
Exclusive.
I'm be drinking his beer.
It lit me up too when I watched it.
I got the beer drinking gimmick too now that I beat him.
Becky Lynch defeats AJ Lee to win back the Women's Intercontinental Championship. 8 minutes, 15 seconds. Another super short match. But I think it was good. I think Becky was going to win this. If they kept it on AJ, I wouldn't have been surprised. And then Becky could have moved to SmackDown, where she would have had a bunch of fresh faces. But it seems like AJ is going to take a little bit of a break, so that's fine. Becky is now a 3-time IC champ. It seems like she's going to be the Jericho defining champion of that belt. Yeah, I just wish it was longer. I did like the finish though, with her sneaking off the cover, pulling Carr in, and then smash, and then manhandle slam 1, 2, 3.
Tell you this, I'll never pay money for a Wonder Years concert ever. Seeing that performance or lack thereof.
If you're gonna have them out there, why not have them actually play the fucking song?
Or at least
wonder how awkward that would have been for Becky. Right, yeah. I wonder how awkward that would have been for Becky. Right. Becky just standing there facing this guy who's just in her face. I'm just awkward.
Breathing heavily on her, but not
in front of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people just watching that too. Just it's bad.
It was 10,000 less than last year on day one.
Yeah, and they had to scramble for that too.
They probably tested it out, realized it wasn't going to work, and were like, "Yeah, just kind of lip sync it. We'll figure it out."
Like when Downstate did Cody's entrance live on AEW that one time.
Yeah, I can't remember that. But I was thinking, like, didn't Rhea did that with Motionless and White at one point too? But it looked a little bit better. I don't know if they did her any services. Did Wonder Years any services the way they shot it? They could have came up with something. I will say this about the match though, like, I'm happy that it went well and it was better than the Elimination Chamber match. I think they cut out a lot of the stuff they tried to do in that first match one-on-one, and I think it did play well. And I think the Jessica Carr stuff was great. I'm a Becky Lynch guy. That's my goat, so I'm cool with it. And
it's not just you saying it.
No, it's not just me saying it. It's Sports Illustrated saying it. It's AI Donnie saying it. It's Bleacher
AI Donnie's always been saying it.
Pierce has been saying it too.
Hell yeah. But yeah, no, and that's what I want the women's IC title to be prominently featured on TV. So if AJ Lee's not going to be there, there's no point of taking a title off of TV just for the sake of keeping it on AJ. So I'm good with
especially a mid-card title. If you're going to be a part-time champion, at least be the world champion. Don't be a mid-card champion.
I want to be part-time 24/7 champ. Sounds like fun.
The Rob Gronkowski way.
Hell yeah. You don't want to jump 4 feet, Rob? Come on, it's 4 feet.
Well, he wasn't going back into the NFL at that point, so
whatever, he could have done it.
No, that's what sent him back to the NFL.
Yeah, he's like, I can't do this. You want me to host a party after WrestleMania? I can do that. Jump 4 feet onto some padding? Not going to happen, my guy.
Chug some beer with George Kittle.
Yeah.
Gunther defeats Seth Rollins. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse. Technical submission.
Nay.
Also, thank you.
So you're a pony?
A brony.
Maybe.
Oh Lord.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He won also due to interference from a returning Braun Breaker. So let's talk about the match. We'll talk about Braun come back.
I thought this guy was buried in the desert in Vegas.
Yeah, Brandon.
Oh, he's been doing a lot of scratching and
Pluggo
clawing.
not know this? Do you want a little Ope-Eh lore real quick, Pluggo?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So last year at WrestleMania, you remember that Jey Uso beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, correct?
I do. Yeah.
Would you call that match a burial of Gunther?
No.
That's what Brandon said.
I mean, it was a pretty one-sided. It was a pretty one-sided affair.
I will say hindsight 2020, but I even in the moment, I think the moment was more that Jay overcame Gunther, not that we had to get. Okay, you thought they buried him?
I didn't. I thought they were going to have a very hard time
don't say
recuperating.
They didn't. You said Gunther got buried. There is,
And I'm clarifying. I'm expanding upon my sentiment. I'm not tracking it back. I'm just elaborating on what I meant when I said it. Which it was not his. It was a very odd year for Gunther because you had that, and then everything that followed it, which was fine, which is great. You know, another world title reign out of it.
That's exactly what they do to people who are buried. They give them a
Which
world
is
title
weird.
run, and they get to
Which is
retire
weird.
3 Hall of Famers.
And now, yeah, they're just and what happened with that? I mean, I don't know. They still got room to do shit with Gunther yet this year too.
Yeah,
to
they
buy-
might be able to
keep
dig
that
him out of
momentum
this
going.
mess,
say
too.
that we could have a conversation.
Hey,
that Gunther was
Brandon.
buried.
Brandon, if I've learned anything in my time in this space, it's just own it, brother. Just I said
I'm
it.
not pushing.
And you know what? Listen, and let's be honest. Gunther's in a weird spot right now, man. Now he's got that.
Whose career is he going to kill?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what I'm saying. You got to carry that momentum.
Yeah.
But he was not buried. You were objectively incorrect.
Hindsight is 2020. That could have been a really shit year for Gunther. Yeah.
There was no hindsight being 2020. You were objectively incorrect in the moment.
No, I was very right at that moment in time in my mind. In my mind.
There when he said that, was he incorrect?
I can see why you'd be upset at Jay winning. I get that. I don't ever think that Gunther was buried. Also,
yeet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing that behind the tribal chief now. But hopefully less of that shit as we go along.
So to get back on topic here, Gunther and Seth was a good match. I'm not surprised.
It was.
It was a good match.
I'd say this is the match of the night for night one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can go with that.
I don't think we expected it not to be match of the night. I honestly wish it would have went like 10 minutes longer, just because this could have been like, you know how Undertaker and Shawn Michaels went 25, greatest match of all time. This had basically, you could have had part 2 of that here if they gave them 25 minutes, even with the Braun Breaker self-insertion, which was expected. And I mean, for what they got 18 minutes. It was the second longest match of the night. I think they did really fucking well. Both these guys are 2 of the best wrestlers in the world. I think Gunther is the best wrestler on the planet for the males. And it's just 2 guys who were just trying to prove who's better. And even with Braun Breaker's interference, Gunther was going to be the better man regardless.
It's pretty impressive that Gunther can do all that, considering he's 6 feet under right now.
Yeah, in the Vegas desert too.
Sorry, dark Brandon.
Yeah,
my only question is, when Braun Breaker ran 75 yards down that ramp and hit that spear, and he's walking back up that ramp, and that crowd is chanting one more time, do you think he looked at it and went, yeah, no, I'm not running that again?
Oh, it was 100%.
I'm gassed. He's like, I'm
He might be a genetic freak, but
yeah.
He ain't clocking the same speed twice, that's for sure.
Yeah, he got every inch of that. I'm glad he's back. Match was cool. Like, I liked it a lot. I think those guys thrown together are not 2 of the best.
What does the cat think? Is this
Pete?
Fred does not think that Gunther was buried.
Oh, Fred.
Okay.
Oh. So says Donnie the cat whisperer.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred.
Hey there. Sorry.
Missed Fred.
Oh,
Brandon,
meow there.
you just have to now remember every time Donnie and Pierce say anything outlandish, you have to make sure that you don't let them forget.
Well, there was an outlandish thing that we said that I said on the first episode you were on that I'll bring up in a bit because it's now coming to fruition.
I don't remember what I did yesterday, so.
Well, I'm bringing it up, but
All right, I'm sure it'll jog my
after
memory.
a couple of matches. The next match, in what is the most disrespectful women's world title match ever on WrestleMania. 6 minutes, 51 seconds for honestly the hottest story going into Mania Night 1. Liv Morgan defeats Stephanie Vaquer. 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm.
This should have went minimum.
Liv's entrance was like a third the length of the full match itself, which is crazy to think.
And
she's not even the Undertaker, you know?
But she's a pop star now, so.
She's the...
My question, I'm with you, because I do think 650 is real light for that kind of build. Is it possible, and I could be just going crazy here, is Stephanie's... She was injured for part of this title run of hers. Maybe she's still a little banged up, and then the head stuff with Liv, they didn't want to push it too hard. But 6 minutes is still, I think, inexcusable. I don't know. I thought what they did within the 6 minutes and 50 seconds was solid stuff.
Really good
like
for as short as it was.
And of course, it was 3-on-1. You had the Judgment Day. You know, that's what made it happen. Again, I don't know what's going on there. That seemed real short. But they did that last year with Tiffany and Jade. Tiffany and Jade went 7 minutes. Like, they have this weird tendency of making these women's titles matches so short. For what reason? I don't know why. And that's where I think people really got frustrated with night one, is that where it was like, once they saw that match time, they were like, the hell's going on here? Like, you could make a case for the other matches because, you know, it's like, whatever, it's you know, free hour ESPN, it's a YouTuber essentially in a match, but then you're like, your women's world title match, it's got all this heat behind it, on top of the fact that you just made Liv Morgan a pop star, and she's got a song out that is apparently charting, because that's how many people, and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna give them 6 minutes. It was a deflator for sure.
Well, these are like the two women too. These are the two women who can go on the card too, right? Like when you look at the title matches involving the women, I mean, AJ, Becky sure could have possibly gone the distance as well, but like for sure, Liv and Steph could have gone. I get why, you know, with the Judgment Day interference and stuff, that makes sense as to why, and then it, you know, saves them for down the line if they want to continue to build this, which they could and they should. But yeah,
Liv Morgan had a better match on Monday Night Raw than she did at WrestleMania.
That's true. Can't disagree with that at all.
And it went longer.
And that's not on Stephanie at all.
No,
so
absolutely not.
That's the way that I kind of put it.
Fully on the booking. In the main event of night one, Cody Rhodes defeats Randy Orton by pinfall, meaning Pat McAfee is no longer able to be in professional wrestling, but
by his own accord, Pierce. No stipulation
for this, and it happened.
There was no stipulation. He'll be
Cody
back.
did not end the match standing. Randy grabbed the title, hit him, and for the first time in a very long time, I can't remember the last time we saw it, Randy hit the punt kick, and then Cody got a really fucking gross eye injury, too. Jesus Christ, was disgusting to see on Monday.
Apparently it's from the belt shot.
I understand why they canceled his photos the next day. I feel bad for those people who bought those photos, but I understand. To talk about the match, like the preamble, Pat and Randy attack. Pat gets Crossroads. Jelly Roll puts him through the table. I thought that was quite fun. Like, that's a good hot way to start the match. Nobody wanted Pat there anyway. And Jelly Roll popping in, hitting an elbow, leaving. Perfect. But then it just got really slow. Like, it was just grinding to a halt. Cody had to wrestle as a heel. Randy had to wrestle as a baby face. And it was just... It was really weird. And then there was a callback to the move where Mr. Kennedy got fired from WWE with a back suplex, which I thought was fucking weird, but I was like, all right, cool. And then like it picked up a little bit as soon as they started hitting finishes, and like that last 5 minutes was pretty good for the most part. But then Pat comes out with the zebra stripes, and then Randy hits him with an RKO, which didn't make sense. And then Cody just won. Like it just didn't click. I thought like it was a very disappointing main event for what should have been a slam dunk easy main event to book.
Well, and then they went back to the well. I don't know if they went back to the well. And maybe I shouldn't phrase it as such because I can't speak to the legitimacy of both matches. But I believe it was the last match they had together one-on-one, which I believe was part of the King of the Ring tournament. The previous one that was going on when Cody won it, where Cody was working a back injury that Randy had. I believe that was the story in the previous match as well. And there's a lot of stuff that seemed kind of reminiscent of that, which contributed to like a plodding, slow kind of a pace. Quickened up near the end. I don't know. Leading up to WrestleMania, I expected a lot out of Cody Randy. I thought, they're giving Randy his edge back. Like it kind of, makes Cody look like more the triumphant face.
Redo a rated RKO. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, okay, it's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, they couldn't get Cope out for that. But no, it's just like. Well, and they gave him his Pat. They gave him Pat. We'll say that, and then
you see the consolation prize.
Did you see the reports that it was supposed to be Aleister Black? Like it was supposed to be face versus face, and Aleister was going to keep poking and prodding, telling him to bring out the dark side. Where after the loss, then he hits the punt because he submits to the dark side. That would
also like carrying.
Sorry, not to be disrespectful to Aleister Black, but that doesn't scream WrestleMania main event.
No,
like
but
Karrion Kross doing his job.
This is kind of like I talked about earlier, right? Like we like simple, we like easy. Now, are the reports that Randy was hurt legitimate, and that's why they went the way they went? Because it felt like at times that's why they slowed this thing down. I don't know if Randy could keep up. And again, Randy might be the master seller, but some of those moves he took, and then he's wincing. Like I'm like, maybe he's not 100%. So they did switch, and they got the McAfee and the Jelly Roll stuff out of the way. But then that convoluted all of the other stuff that happened in that match. Like Cody's doing Randy's moves, and Randy's trying to do and then you get to the finish, and you have Cody win it, and people weren't really vibing with it in the crowd. And then Randy punts him, which says we're going to run this back. So if we're going to run it back, then maybe we're going to get it just a proper Cody-Randy feud. But that's what they should have done from the beginning. They kind of tainted everything to get to just Cody and Randy in the main event with all that other stuff. And then the McAfee, like, going out. How can you just become an official? How is that even a thing, right?
Stripe. He went to Foot Locker and bought the uniform.
But I'm saying, like, so had he counted to 3, would it have been a legitimate count? Like, that's where you threw all these things into here that didn't really make sense. People weren't really feeling to begin with. You realized people weren't feeling it, so you tried to work around it. I give him credit for trying to work around it or trying to try some new stuff. I would have rather they just kind of steered into the skid, let Randy win it, and we figure it out from there. Because, like, you've already committed 2 to 3 weeks of Pat McAfee absolutely eviscerating your company, and then all of a sudden going, "Oh, my story's finished." Like, all right, you just told me. Yeah. You told me Randy Orton was going to save wrestling, and now we're not going to talk about it ever again. Okay.
It seemed like a pretty big mulligan too. Like just all that hype and talk, and all of a sudden, just like a big fat magic eraser over the booking board. Just like, yeah, well, fuck old Pat here, and then. Now here we are. Now we got to figure out what to do with Cody. Jacobs.
Same thing that happened with Travis Scott last year.
But that stuff is fine. Not at the main event of your WrestleMania. Not at the biggest show of the year. You gotta ride whatever you were gonna do, ride it through, and then figure it out in the back end. Because I still think it would have been. Because then literally Friday night, Randy Orton's the champ. and he could RKO Pat and be like, I didn't need you to begin with, and then we just go with it there or something. But I don't know. I thought the match was fine, but I could tell. I think maybe Randy is more hurt than he's leading on. And Cody always goes. I mean, that guy can't be 100% either. The way he wrestles all the time. So
I think a lot of the Cody hate is manufactured too. People are acting like he's shoved down our throats 100%. He really isn't. Like, it's not nearly the Super Cena's or Roman Reigns 2015 to 2020. Like, it's just Cody's being Cody, and he's QB1. Yeah. It's not that bad.
I think we're just ready for something new. I did see a crazy tweet the other day that somebody was like, "So how long until we all are anti-Ope-Eh? Because that's what wrestling fans do to people on top."
Never.
I mean, I feel like if Oba just kicks ass in the ring for the most part, and he's not out there bloviating on the stick, like he's good on a promo. When you got to get him out there for a promo, he's coming off pretty fucking confident on the main roster. So I'm excited to see what he does with that. If they really build him up to a feud, especially if it's with Roman Reigns, like they're already heavily hinting at.
Hold on. Let's grade night one before we go into Oba.
I didn't even say, they were hinting at that before, brother. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're talking about, Oba-Femi in general, like this pushy is, we can talk about that more. We will. But no, yeah, I don't think Oba hates coming anytime soon, personally, to get back to that point.
All right. If we were to grade night one, scale 1 to 10, I'm giving it like a 4. Like, it was just, it pissed me off more than anything. There were good moments, but like, when I come out of a WrestleMania, I want to be excited. And night 2 did that. And we'll get into the night 2 grade when we get to the main event. But like, I was not excited coming out of WrestleMania night 1. So I got to go 4. Brandon?
Yeah.
Also, Ted DiBiase was never going to be a part of this match.
No, he should have done. That would have been the fucking, in my mind, that would have been one of the greatest run-ins.
He should have pulled the Enzo at SummerSlam where he was like in the crowd and he was hyping him up, and then they kicked him out.
Survivor Series where they kicked him out.
Yeah, because he bought a ticket because DiBiase was there. He kept posting Instagram photos of him being in the crowd. Oh.
I mean,
for those tickets.
He comes from money. He comes from class. You don't remember that theme song from 10 years ago? 12 years ago?
Maybe that's what he owes Randy $25,000 for.
Yeah.
Randy's like,
probably.
Fucking was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Listen, it's a solid investment. If you give me $700 for this WrestleMania ticket, trust me, you'll see an ROI on that in no time.
$700, brother.
Anyway, Brandon.
I think night 1, if we're looking at night 1, I'm trying to recount everything. I want to say it's a solid, like, I think 4 is pretty fair, all things considered. You had tag titles in the card, but they weren't up for grabs. You had, I mean, if AJ's got to take care of herself, fine. I would have preferred to see her stay champ, but I get, they figured it out with Becky, and she's solid for that role until whoever faces her next comes along. Cody Randy may be all sorts of mad at multiple points, as I'm sure you boys might have read in the group chat. Yeah, 4. There was a lot that I wish would have been different about it, but it's fine. It happened. So.
Wait. Donnie, do you want to go? Do you want me to go? What do you want?
I'll go. I think it's a little bit better than a 4, but not by much. I give it a 4.5. I do think with the time that they were given, most of the matches weren't bad. I think it's more on the scripting of the show than it was the actual performances.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the nicest praise I can give to this show. And Gunther and Seth Rollins is very good.
Yeah, it's traditionally, like, I think I say it a lot. JPJ says a lot over on Between Two Beards. Like, we get into these matches and they're not bad matches. It's not on the performers themselves 95% of the time. It's what they're given or how much time they're given or what decision the higher ups want to make. So I'm right there with you. It's like first night 4.5, maybe 4.25, something like that. Like it, I just needed, if each one of those matches had 5 more minutes to them outside of the main event, they got plenty of time. I think we would be looking at this in a completely different way.
I don't think there was any intrigue or anything leaving me thinking what comes next out of the entirety of night 1, which I think is the most damning thing.
I got to be honest with you.
It's the excitement.
They never do that shit anymore. They never make me go tune in Monday. You can't wait. They don't do it anymore. Because if you think about it, there was 7 matches night 1. If you take out the main event, you get 5 minutes to each other match. It's a half hour more. So we're talking an hour 45, almost 2 hours of wrestling on the 4-hour show. We're probably not as down on it as the hour 10 that it was or something like that.
Yeah.
Hour 20, I think it ended up being maybe total, but either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, an hour 26, I think, for the entire show.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, night 2. Talk about flipping the coin and going into straight into the good. In what I think was the people's main event, Ope-Eh defeats Brock Lesnar in 4:45. This was the only match that I figured would go 6 to 8 minutes at most. And so to go back, when we did the Hot Take Emporium, I said that Ope-Eh was going to have the rocket strapped to him and he was going to win the world title by SummerSlam this year. That is completely possible now. I would be shocked if it didn't happen at this point because they could have had Brock win here 100%. And instead, they did what everybody wanted to see. And it was short, sweet, to the point. Oba got hit with an F5, got up within... I wish they shot that better, so where it was just only on Brock, so you didn't see Oba kind of stirring. So then you could just have the crowd erupt that he got up so quickly and then hits the choke slam. But even then, this was done perfectly. And then at the end of the match, Oba tips the cap and Brock's in the ring, seemingly calls it a career. And I don't know if I believe it because wrestling retirements very rarely stick. I still think that SummerSlam, Brock's going to come back for one last match. I think Gunther is going to keep egging Paul on about this favor and probably put him in a choke, and that's going to bring Brock back. But if it is the end of Brock Lesnar, what a fucking career. And he put over the correct person to end his career. So, yeah.
I mean, to your point, Pierce, I mean, I want to say something about what you said about the camera angle, because I feel like in one sense, yes, it does create that kind of build and it gets to that, crescendo when you finally see Oba coming out from behind Brock and just, but at the same time, you look at what it conveys about Brock and how he's still kind of a monster. Oba, he didn't no sell the F5. He kind of face tanked it. He took it and he was still staggered. You could still see that in spite of how strong Oba is. Brock still, at 49 years old, can F5 Oba right out the gate and still at least stagger a man of that kind of, just power, right? But I feel when it comes to the Gunther argument, I've read too that Brock, I guess, pulled an audible, when he threw up, we were saying he threw up the X and stuff, kind of signifying that he's done. I think there's something in there Brock is putting out there being because he did, if you boys remember him saying this, or it was Paul who said it in one of the sheets, he's Brock doesn't want to lose until he retires, right? So, he was, whether or not he's bound to lose to Ope-Eh, I think there's justification in the fact that he could have retired at Mania, and this is perfectly fine. Also, when you consider the fact that Brock putting over Oba as literally the next big thing now in WWE canon, and then you have him just kind of come back for we talk about the streak, right? How Taker just came back and back after losing. I feel Brock coming back for an epilogue, even if it's ever a one-off in Minneapolis against Gunther, even if he does go after Paul, I just don't know that it really, I feel it almost kind of sullies like what this match kind of did overall. Like it ended Brock's career. Brock put over his effective replacement in WWE. It's Brock coming back to lose one more match to Gunther, who's already got 3 massive careers under his belt as in the career killer moniker. You have to drag that out and remind people of that and dust it off come August, right? And we're still in April, and I don't know whose career he's planning on killing within the next 4 months, right? Just kind of a weird flux with Gunther in general.
Stop saying that R-Truth's going to win the WWE Championship.
The oldest WWE champion in history, like he still very well could be, because we still have money in the bank is still a thing. He can overcome his fear of heights and finally win the big one in his book.
And remember what match he's in.
In Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
So I'm saying he conquers the fear of
somebody over the top rope.
I'm here for R-Truth World Championship run. I'm here for it.
I just give it even if it's for a week, man, or a couple days, like just to scrub the record, scrub Vince's record out of that shit. But I mean, I gave it shit for being 5 minutes over Brock, but I think of the other Brock matches that really put an exclamation point in like Brock's career, or like, you know, because it's a big thing to beat Brock. And Oba, like if they're going to put him as like the next big motherfucker in the company, then that was definitely a way to do it. It was probably the right way to do it. And I love Brock, but it's Oba's time. It's absolutely Oba's time. That's all I'll say about that. Johnny?
This was the only match, I think, that we were cool with it being this quick. I think we're like, yep, that was perfect. Oba did his thing. They didn't mess around. I didn't want him to mess around because you got this guy that is just ascending to levels I don't think anybody's seen in quite some time. Boom, done, over. The stuff at the end, the surprise, I was like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see Brock calling it a career at WrestleMania. And if we take it on surface level and face value there, like, all right, but I'd never say never in wrestling, right? Like there's all the, well, Gunther owes Paul Heyman owes Gunther a favor. I'm sure Paul Heyman could pull some other strings to get some other, if Brock really wanted to call it. And if the rumors are true and he wants to go out on his back and he didn't want to lose till he was retired. Because, yeah, like you said, back-to-back losses. I mean, Cena did that, though. I mean, Cena took some L's on his way out, too, and put some people over. So you could get Brock and Gunther in Minneapolis, which is, you know, Brock's hometown, too. But at the end of the day, I think that the Oba stuff was fantastic. I thought it was the perfect way to go. It was, like I said, the only match where I was okay with being, like, short and to the point, because I didn't think you needed to play around with Oba at all and just show that he is the ruler.
Yeah, I think it was right. I think there was one other match that I could have been happy with if it was short. It didn't end up being there, but we'll get to that one in a little bit. But right person won, right things happened. What a career for Brock Lesnar. If this is the end of the road for him, kudos to him, and hopefully he has a healthy retirement in Canada.
Saskatoon.
AI land.
Yes.
Yeah, who knows what's real out there.
Donnie can grab a beer.
In what everybody expected to be the match to steal the weekend, and I think it arguably did. Penta retains the IC championship in a six-pack ladder match. Siobhan Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, this match fucked. Like,
to the surprise of nobody.
Well, I don't know what else to say. Siobhan was bouncy. Penta is a fucking demon in ladder matches and showed it because he didn't really get to show it in Money in the Bank last year. So, like, now you get to really see fucking Penta in the ladder match and show why he is so fucking good. Cero Miedo. That's all I got.
Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got his first jumping entrance, and how long has it been since he's done that? You're just who's that jumping?
15 years, maybe.
I was gonna say it's been a long ass time, and that's
did not.
We talk about he was perfectly functional after that. I don't know, boys. It makes me think that there's something special about this Mania for Rey this year too, could this be his last? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's something to explore more as the year goes along. But
pretty funny that he got
names
cleared.
are retiring.
Pretty funny he got cleared to do this match and not the Gunther match that was originally scheduled.
Well,
He goes,
I mean-
I'll take the ladder match all day over a Gunther match.
I don't want to get chopped
yeah,
in there with
a couple
Penta.
of reasons for that. I think
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can't say I blame him.
Everything about this match ruled, Brandon. This thing was awesome.
I wasn't saying it didn't rule. Not
I'm
absolutely
just
no.
reiterating what you're saying. I'm just letting you know I'm with you.
Well, and
Very
Ray
good
too. Yeah, Ray definitely moved at the pace. Ray had a holy shit moment in there. Rusev did a pretty good. Rusev was like the guy who I figured is kind of the
Rusev
base
Day, boys.
in a lot of those things. Yeah, lest we forget, happy Rusev Day
Happy Rusev Day.
to you, brother. But I feel like I say this enough. I wish you could have seen more out of Dragon Lee. I feel like this is the first time I've actually thought that.
Speaking of
But
Oh well, you could have, but instead you got to see a Hulk Hogan trailer for his documentary coming up.
Who the
Oh,
fuck
so-
idea was
Which
it?
came
to give
out today.
3 jobber entrances on WrestleMania.
yeah, I was very taken aback by that. I was like, up at JD McDonough too. Like, I mean, this is a guy who Michael Cole on commentary is saying is going to be a future champion. So you would think that they would do him more of a service than,
They're
kinda
really
playing
pushing
the-
that JD McDonough like future star thing. They're really pushing that.
He's got
well,
such
I mean, yeah, he's kind of a living merchandise item.
Not that he's a bad wrestler. Don't get me wrong. Not that he's a bad wrestler. I'm just like, I don't know. The only qualm I had with this match outside of the entrances was the fact that Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, and Penta all wore red. And at one point, it looked like they were on a trios team when they were beating up that future world champion JD McDonough 3-on-1. And I was like, this is a ladder match, guys. You guys got to be mixing it up. But
yeah, the spirit of lucha, man.
they were all like, we're going to wear red. We're going to team together for most of this. But Penta, you're winning this thing.
But
It was a good match.
yeah,
It was a
no,
fun match. I would have liked to have seen Javon win, but
yeah,
I'm not mad with what happened.
give it time. I think the newest Raw superstar all ego Ethan Page is going to win the Intercontinental Championship very soon, and Javon may beat him for it. So
Yeah, I mean, he'd be a great representative of Canada once again.
Greatest North American champion of all time.
Not close.
yeah. I wish Ricky would have jumped in with him too, but that's okay. The bromance will live on.
the man with the longest robe in the world, Trick Williams, defeats Sami Zayn by pinfall. 7 minutes. This match was fine. I thought it was fine. Lil Yachty was maybe the most perfect celebrity used this weekend. Just a hype man. Nothing more, nothing less. Sammy attacked him for no reason. Sami Zayn, not a great Canadian, Don. That wasn't cool.
Hey,
Lil Yachty did
I
not
can't
deserve
control the booking here. I cannot control the booking, okay?
it. Lil Boat did
To be
not
fair, he
deserve
is from Montreal too. Montreal's a little different than the rest of the.
It is.
the
It
Bear
is.
Canucks.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the finish was really good. That trick shot was maybe Trick's cleanest trick shot ever. And yeah, I mean, whoop that Trick.
I mean, it did what it needed to do.
It took 12 guys to get that jacket off of the ramp after he walked down. Shout out to
Yeah, it looked very
Hernandez.
weighty.
And whoever came up with the CVS receipt meme, I wish I was that smart. This match, I definitely wanted it to be a little longer. I wanted it. I was okay with Trick winning. I had Sammy winning, just kind of like going full blown heel on it. Like he pushed Yachty, and then he figures out a way to like screw Trick. But I would have liked to seen a little bit more heel Sammy in the match, and Trick have to kind of overcome it. But I think the right guy won. So I'm not mad.
Those cowards are never going to go full heel with Sammy. Not with WrestleMania 43 on the horizon. So no, we're going to be getting in your face Sammy all year long. especially at the Royal Rumble next year. But I digress. We got some time. But this match definitely did what it needed to do. I'm still upset that Trick had no part in it, nor did Ilya, nor did any of the other guys who built the
Trick
U.S.
was
title scene over the last year.
Definitely a part of this match, Brandon.
No, he was. No, what did I say? I meant Carmelo. Oh, fuck. Sorry. No, I meant Mello. So, I was playing a trick there. You see that?
On the U.S. Championship. Wasn't
yeah, no, Trick definitely had a lot to contribute to this match, especially when he won. No, I wish Carmelo was in it. I wish Ilya was in it. I wish Aleister Black. There was a lot, like I said, we could talk about even like we were talking about WWE Championship match, like the guys who could have been in made it a fatal 4-way. There's a lot of things that they could have done different. Am I mad that things went the way they did? No, because ultimately now Trick is the champ, and they could still do a Trick Mello rivalry up through the summer if they really want to.
United States Championship Gauntlet match on WrestleMania. Who wants them all?
I mean, they can do it. They can fucking do it. It'd be great.
Good, yeah.
I'd pop.
Well, they don't have the time for it. You want a 7-minute gauntlet match?
They could make it. Well, they could boost SmackDown at least. Like, let's give SmackDown a little bit of up.
The fastest gauntlet match of all time.
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds, new competitor. Just quick roll-ups all the way through. Trick's rolled up 14 people in 3 minutes.
Different variations of the schoolboy.
Oh, yeah. I'd be here for that.
That's ridiculous.
That'd be the most sports entertaining match of all time.
Oh, dude. I'd be thoroughly sports entertained.
Speaking of something that was sports entertaining, the Demon Finn Balor defeats Dom Mysterio in a street fight. They announced it as a street fight on Sunday. I did not think it needed to be a street fight, but we got to see a table break, which is fun. Demon's entrance is fucking dope. That was top tier WrestleMania entrance. Dom being genuinely afraid of the Demon was fucking hysterical. He was hiding by the announce tables before he got into the ring. And I missed the Demon entrance, man. Like, it's a special entrance, and hopefully now that the Demon's got a win under his belt for the first time in a long time, they use him sparingly and only as war paint like they should. I really like the 619 with the chair wrapped around Finn's head. I thought that was nuts. I liked the first 619. He kicked out at 1, and then Finn hits the shotgun drop kick into the corner with the chair wrapped around the head. That was gnarly, and then Dom went through a table with a coup de grace. Yeah, it was perfect. I really enjoyed this match.
It did what it needed to do.
I thought this could have been a squash. But
Yep.
Yeah, I did too.
But Dom is a world champion, so maybe you don't want to squash him.
I was going to say, the belt gives him like 3 extra minutes. But,
where was the Judgment Day? They gave you a license to cheat. They gave you a license to be nuisances with this street fight.
JD was dead.
Sure,
was dead.
but where's Liv? Where's Raquel? Where's
Celebrating
Roxanne?
on the strip.
I'm just saying.
Celebrate the MGM Grand, yeah. Come find me at the MGM Grand, and find her they did. Fucking A. But
oh boy.
So what I think was like a very surprisingly good match. I don't think I expected much from this, but it was like very, very good. I think this was honestly Jade Cargill's best ever match. Rhea Ripley defeats her in about 10 minutes to win the WWE Women's Championship. Yeah, they flowed together really well. They had great chemistry. I thought the match was very good. I liked the finish with Io coming out, which is nice that Io was at least there, even though she should have had a fucking match. Yeah, and then fucking Jade hits a fucking one-winged angel that commentary calls a sandstorm. I was like, did I miss a SmackDown where she pulled out the one-winged angel that now has a different name? Like, what the fuck? Like,
she said in an interview the next day, and I can't remember who it was at the Netflix, but she said she's got a lot of stuff in her bag that people don't even realize that she can do, and she just pulls it out, when it's needed. So
you want to talk about stuff that was pulled out? That finish was fucking clean.
That was good. That could have went bad too, but they pulled it off.
While still holding the arm into the riptide was fucking sick. And I think you could have kept the title on Jade here. I understand why Rhea wins, and I was completely fine with it. I picked her to win. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this match, and I genuinely think it might be Jade's best match, especially her best match in WWE.
Turnabout's fair play. You know, we talked about how the Tombstone Pile Driver is basically a nothing burger on AEW, and now we're kicking out our One-Winged Angels in WrestleMania. Kenny seems fine with it, though. He put his kudos on it, so, I mean, can't really knock it too bad, but I thought it was kind of funny, you know, because we were talking just the other day about how fucking crazy it was for MJF to kick out of the One-Winged Angel at Dynasty, and now here all of a sudden WrestleMania just, I can do it too. Boom. 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. But you're right, though. It was a very good match, and commentary even put Jade over in the match, too. I'm hoping it's not – I'm pretty sure it's not be the last time we see these two, because I don't know who – I mean, Rhea on SmackDown opens up a lot of new matches. I don't think this is going to be the last we see of Jade, especially because they just reformulated the Baddies WWE edition, right? So I'm sure like there's going to be a lot of shenanigans and help to get her back to that spot. It'll be fun, though. This was a fun match. I enjoyed it. Oh, scheiße.
Yeah, it was Jade's best match. I agree. Not much more I can say about it. Right person won, but I'm glad Jade had a strong performance.
I don't know if the right person won. I would have been okay with Jade winning it and putting her on the map. You beat the biggest star you got in the company. We got our faith in her. Because everybody said when Rhea won the Chamber, they don't have confidence in Jade. Oh, no, they're not going to – they're just going to – and they were waiting on Bianca to come back. Obviously, we didn't talk about her pregnancy announcement. Which
she's pregnant.
So that whole thing.
Which report said was a C+. So –
Jesus Christ. It was a little goofy. Cena didn't really, I don't know, but I would have been cool with Jade, especially because she just got this, you know, she formed this group, maybe winning it, but at the end of the day, it's Rhea Ripley, so it's awesome. And yeah, I think you can do a lot of fun things with her on SmackDown now as a fresh face over there, because they definitely need it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
we need star power too.
The night 1 random moment, but let's talk about the night 2 one. John Cena's in the ring talking about the attendance. Miz and Kit Wilson come out, say, we want our moment. Danhausen comes out. There's mini Hausens everywhere. And then he comes in, says, I got something to say to you, John Cena, and then shakes his hand, says he's a big fan. Then the Miz then Kit Wilson calls him toxic. One of the mini houses punches him in the balls. And then Danhausen punches Miz in the balls.
Just super toxic.
Because you can't see me.
So Kit's not wrong.
No, not at all. Because you can't see me, goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle and pokes him in the eyes. And Danhausen and John Cena get a WrestleMania moment. And John Cena the entire time was laughing his ass off, had a fucking great time. I feel like they maybe didn't tell him that Danhausen was coming out and just said, hey, Miz and Kit Wilson are going to come out and say some shit. He's like, all right, whatever. Then Danhausen comes out. It was so fun. Like, I fucking love Danhausen.
He did the smoke, puff of smoke, but he didn't run away in time.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena's trying to hold it together.
He's great.
You glossed over the fact that it's incredibly wild that Michael Cole said what he said. I can't believe it's 2026. He was like, hey, I can't believe I heard him say the M word on
oh yeah.
Yeah.
They told him to say
it.
He's like, I don't give a damn what social media says. I'm like,
God damn,
Michael.
I'll say this, like, there's not a lot to break down here. I think the segment was good. I think you need that kind of stuff in your wrestling. I'm so happy that Danhausen is finally like becoming what he's becoming, because that Elimination Chamber stuff, people were very turned off from it, and he's completely righted the ship. And I don't usually do this, but like, AEW like had this guy at their disposal, and look at the stuff. I mean, granted, it's a lot of just ads, and he's doing a lot of the filler stuff, but man, he's crushing it. I had he is
tailor made for WWE, dude. Like, and it's crazy. And you can think of before AEW, he came about on Sinclair's Ring of Honor too. Like, he was a square ass peg in a round hole with that too. But you knew,
right, yep.
You knew looking at him that like this guy's gonna, if they put a little bit of fire under this guy, they put a little bit of gas in there, he's gonna go up. And like, he's again a tailor-made WWE dude. Like even in like the era nowadays where things are like more reality based, right? Like he harkens back to that era of just fun sports entertainment, gimmicky shit, just takes you out of it for a bit with the whole thing. And then the sparklers under Kit Wilson's ass. And it's like, it's just fun. And honestly, like, I'm glad he's having fun. He's very like, and we've said it before, like he's very like 90s Simpsons coded with like the Conan O'Brien when he was writing for the show. And like it just shows in the way that Danhausen carries himself, dude.
Fucking Simpsons moo.
Oh my god! If he shows up,
very nice.
Yes, it's very nice and also very evil.
In the main event of the weekend and of night 2, Roman Reigns defeats CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. 33 minutes. What a fucking match! This was just a great match. This is like, I think you can make an argument it's in the top 5 of WrestleMania main events. Like, the build was suspect at times, but then they had this really great promo package. Roman comes back out to head of the table, which means he is a heel again. I don't care what you say.
And he's winning that match.
Yeah, he was.
Because we knew what happened when Daniel Bryan was facing him, and then they debuted the song. We're like, yeah, absolute zero chance he's winning this match.
CM Punk gets a little hype package to Miseria Cantare, and like, I didn't expect to ever hear that song in WWE. It seemed like the people in the crowd, from what I've seen from the crowd cams, not many people knew it, which I kind of expected, but like, that's for the OG Punk fans. And then
the sickos in AEW, lest we forget.
Which most of them are OG Punk fans. So
yes.
It was a fucking hell of an entrance, and then these two guys just went at it, and then like there was the moment with the steel stairs. That's like the one moment I did not like because that should have been a DQ, and I understand the ref probably would have gotten chewed if he DQ'd somebody in the WrestleMania main event.
Epic.
10 minutes in, DQ, end of match.
Oh yeah. Well, should have thrown the stairs at him, man.
And then there was the moment with the wrist tape where he threw it at him, and the ref's like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" Takes it, turns around, low blow, just because Punk wanted to get the upper hand. And then it came down to Punk, even though is still one of the best in the world, his age is catching up to him. And that's what Roman was trying to tell him the entire time, because Roman could still go.
He's old.
Yeah. He's old.
How dare you?
And it's kind of poetic the way it happened. He hits the GTS, Roman falls back on his shoulders. The way he's beating the other two members of the Shield. And he picks him up, and he just falls. Roman hits a spear. Punk tries to punch him after. Then you get the rebound spear. 1, 2, 3, new champ. I mean, what a fucking match. That's the way. That's what I wanted in a WrestleMania main event. That was everything I wanted and more.
Yeah, we're getting old, boys. It's becoming evident, like I said, with Brock, with Ray, and with Punk. Like, just age gets us all. And I mean, CM Punk, like they put on a really good match, him and Roman. And I was very glad to see too, like people acknowledging that in this encounter, Roman Reigns, like, and he did it at 41 too, but like in the main event for a world title, Roman Reigns came down the OTC all on his own. He had that fucking badass theme song behind him. That was the only thing pushing through, and the sweet pepper necklace. But like, no wise man, no, usurper, tribe, or chief, no, twos and the ones with the
You
Usos. Like he
do
was
not talk about Solo Sikoa like that.
the usurper. I mean, I don't see him wearing a sweet pepper necklace these days.
Yeah, because he apologizes and isn't an asshole.
Well, he's also not world heavyweight champion right now, is he, Pierce?
It's true.
Yeah, but Roman is an asshole. That's the
And
difference.
he's also world heavyweight champion.
Because
And he's heading
an
into.
asshole.
Hey, I held up my one on Sunday. That's all I know. That was a pretty crazy entrance too. Like,
Every
I mean,
time
it's
Roman enters Mania, it's like, oh my god, this guy's fighting a fucking god.
yeah. He came down like literally like he was coming down from Olympus with like the pillars in the back there. Like, yeah. And then Punk's entrance is pretty hype too. I wish he would have done Miseria Cantare for like the entire thing. I get why they didn't because Cult of Personality is basically his
You are
brand.
the only okay, you had another head ass take. You're like, I'm sick of Cult of Personality. It's just you.
Like, let's just put Miseria Cantare out there one time. That's all I'm saying.
Guys, are you sick of Cult of Personality?
CM Punk is my guy, so no.
Donnie?
Well, that's not exactly a reason.
That he's my guy and I love everything about him, so no.
Cult of Personality is a fucking banger.
It's a good song.
I'm not saying it's not a bang. I'm just.
If anything, we
I'm
should have
just-
got Kill Switch.
Could have done like his kind of hit all the hits.
At least like get the songs that he's been known in WWE for. For stuff that he hasn't been in WWE for, I don't think you trot that out.
Well, to be fair, that was part of the story
Well, that's
that
why I
they were
say I get why
telling,
they did.
though, is that Punk was, I came from the Indies. This is where I started. I did the bingo halls. I did, the crappy indie
You have the
shows. That,
silver spoon.
yeah, and you had the silver, and you could tell that in the entrances, the way that they did the entrances, like it was night and day. It was like dying, I thought this was awesome. I loved the nice touch of like old man Punk, like down and out, but still kind of like swiping at Roman when he's like clearly should just be, getting some energy back to try to save, but he couldn't stop. They were mocking each other. At one point, Roman was like, "This ain't Twitter, bitch." Like
CM
this
Punk
is-
has not tweeted since
Yeah.
2022.
right? Like this ain't this. This is real life, and like I just loved the dynamic. It's two guys that hate each other. It's a story that had years on it, told, because of the Shield stuff and the Dynasty, the Indies, everything that Roman is,
Old
Punk
fan of
isn't.
podcast.
Fucking great. Like that's what I'm saying. Keep it simple. Tell me these awesome stories. Roman did it on his own, which sticks at CM Punk's craw. That was Punk's whole genesis, was like, you can't do it without anybody, and he did. I mean, at some point we'll probably run this back. I would imagine not anytime soon. I don't think this is something that you run back at Backlash. I think this is something that you build up in the future. But shit, man, like tell me. And you didn't need any of the other stuff. It was awesome. I had a great
I
time.
see Punk. I would say I see Punk chasing Cody before I see him chasing Roman again.
I
frankly.
got a slight issue with that. I just think it's really funny that like you lose last night in the B championship that Roman called it, and then you're just gonna waltz into the undisputed championship picture. I was like that. I was kind of like, come on. Put somebody else in that spot for a little bit, Punk. Come on. But
In fairness, Cody interrupted him.
true. You're not wrong there. You're definitely not wrong there. But I did let Cody be like, just say when, and it's like, all right. Like, don't get me wrong, the match will be awesome, but I was just kind of like, we couldn't come up with anybody else or anything.
Well, it'll
else
be
for
a
Punk.
while. If
I
AJ's
think
taking time, I could see Punk taking two.
maybe Jacob Fatu versus Cody, but they're going Fatu versus Roman.
Which
Yep.
is interesting. Which is
Which is
interesting. We're gonna get Bloodline versus Bloodline again.
It's Jacob Fatu in the J role this time, though, and it's going to be very interesting because I think that's going to be a fucking hype match, and
Mhm.
Fatu is going to show like, yeah, I should be in this position of world championships, and but I mean the big match they're building to this summer is going to be the ruler versus the tribal chief.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
1000%.
Sign me the fuck up.
Yep. OBA, OTC.
Year into a fall from grace. That's all I need.
Yeah, it's OBA, OTC this summer. I don't think it's going to go to the end of the year like they tried to frame it. There's no way.
SummerSlam.
I think Oba gets the Brock push. Like, I mean, granted, like Oba's had his time on NXT. You know, he's had that run and that way to kind of build up the field. But now on the main roster, he beat Brock in 5 minutes. He destroyed the War Raiders his first time out by himself. He's
Says everything about your tag team division when you do that.
piss me the fuck off. I'll tell you that. But
I went, oh, hey, there's the
Yeah,
War
ship them
Raiders.
down to
Oh,
Mexico.
wait, they're gone.
yeah, they're fucking around in AAA now doing God knows what. But
You know,
it's
the last person to beat Oba-Femi?
what was that fucking?
Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, I was
No,
saying, wasn't
Tony
that?
D.
No, that was Rick. That was Ricky, wasn't that?
It was Ricky. Ricky beat him for the NXT title.
No, the last one, because they gave it back to Oba. So technically, it's like Tony D.
I guess Tony D just got his number. Gabagool.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. Maybe it was Ricky, but it was either
It's
Ricky
got
or
to be Ricky, right?
I don't
Let me check.
know. Yeah,
Oba-Femi's last loss was to.
It had to-
the anticipation's killing me.
It was
He had
Rick.
a no contest against Cody.
Yeah, that doesn't count though. We
Yeah.
don't count.
I think it was Rick.
It's gotta
Maybe.
Well,
be.
Yeah.
technically, he lost the fatal 4-way to Ricky Saints.
Okay, but one-on-one, I guess we'll go
Did
one-on-one.
it take the
that's
pin in
live
that?
show. Oh yeah, no. Ricky Saints defeats Oba-Femi. Title change. No Mercy 2020.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
either way, so Ricky Saints, we need you to come up to the main roster, run it back. No.
Yeah.
I need him to
No.
tag with all ego. I need absolute ego on Monday Night Raw.
They
That
can't.
romance is-
They can't quite do
gotta
that
sell
just yet because they got nothing. No disrespect to the men's division at NXT, but there's a lot of green young guys down there that need some more. And you can't just pull Ricky because I think you're going to pull Joe. I think he's done. I think he after last
Joe is
night.
done.
Yeah, Joe got
Joe's
annihilated.
Yeah, so it's Ricky. Ricky's pretty much your last real anchor down there until the Keanu Carvers and the Sean Legacies and the Shiloh Hills of the world can like elevate themselves up a little bit because it still is a TV show.
Well, Gavin Spears can work a little overtime.
Yeah,
He'll be
they
fine.
got some guys down there, but it's a little void right now with all the call-ups. I can't believe I could have swore like Tony. So it's like Tony D and Ricky Saints are the last ones to beat
Tony
Oba-Femi
D
101.
did beat him.
I remember
Tony
that.
beat him twice.
Maybe I missed. Yeah,
Twice.
if anything, that just shows how bad that Ricky Saints, not because of his own issues, was the way they
You know,
booked
you
that
look
was
at
really
Gabagool for
bad.
Tony D'Angelo.
He probably wouldn't appreciate that. This current Tony D, he'd be like, I'll kill you. I'm the Highlander, bitch.
Yeah.
So what are we
I don't know.
grading
Fix
night
him.
two? I think it
Gabagool
really
of
was
War.
a tale of 2 nights, and I think I'm gonna go 8.5. And that's a big part of that is the strength of that main event and Oba beating Brock. Like when you start a night that hot and end it that hot, everything in the middle is just kind of filler, but everything in the middle was very, very good too. So
Mhm.
like I think 8.5, maybe even closer to 9 if I'm being honest. I'll go 8.75.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like 8.5 is pretty. 8.5 is pretty much where I put it.
Because Oba did not align with Paul Heyman like you wanted to happen, Brandon.
Listen, it can still happen. I'm not saying it had to happen
Oba-Vision.
right. Oba-Vision. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to happen WrestleMania night too.
Just
Didn't you
have him push Austin Theory lower and lower down the card.
No, it's just he's gonna pop out the other end and just like surprise all them mofos.
Hey man,
But-
I like it.
I mean, Oba, he just drops the mic. He's like, it's very Roman Reigns-esque, kind of almost
They
a
did that
foreshadowing.
deliberately.
I am the ruler now.
Very
Bah.
deliberately, they did that.
Yep. So, I mean, Roman Reigns was a Paul Heyman guy, lest we forget.
Mhm.
I mean, I think there's potential in Robin. I think there's potential in Ope-Eh either way he goes. I think he could easily be a strong face going through summer. I think he could definitely align with Paul Heyman, get some benefit from it. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of like strung together shit over the last few weeks here. I feel like that's not so far-fetched, and I feel like they could actually write pretty well into the future with it. Oba's world champ is, I think Oba's world champ is a given regardless, whether it's by himself or with a manager or whatever, with a stable. I mean, does it cheapen it a little bit if he's with a stable? Perhaps. I mean, if he doesn't need the shenanigans, they could just fucking fall. Now, Braun Breaker might have an issue with that, considering, you know, Oba was the guy who eliminated him from the Royal Rumble, but then you throw some intrigue in there.
He'll come back.
I mean, I think of like, all that shit that, you know, Seth and Bronson Reed. I almost forgot his name. It's almost like he doesn't fit the group as well as Oba-Femi. Like I argued.
Theory doesn't fucking fit the group.
He sure does. Why are you so
social media guy? Just like
he's a social media.
Paul's a social media guy.
He was a social media guy.
Austin
He
Theory.
should.
Listen, Logan Paul is trying to rid the wrestling world of all these outsiders and YouTubers coming into his business.
Yeah,
I will say,
great gimmick for Logan Paul.
What a great
I will
of it.
I will say
we're off.
Austin should be more fun.
Brandon,
he should be more fun.
At 8.5.
I respect Brandon going off the beaten path here. I love that you two get like you guys are like visibly annoyed with his like
I don't
outlandish
miss
ideas
this at all.
I'm here for it. Am I supposed to? Donnie, you score it, or do you want me to score it?
It's the head ass
I'll
take.
give it a 9, and I'm also glad we haven't got any Ring of Honor discussion on this show. So 9.
Although we did get a mention.
He fucking tried.
I did sneak a mention.
People still watch that.
It's Brandon.
Yeah.
When Ring of Honor was good-ish. Anyways, sorry.
So you gave it a 9.
To 9. Yeah, the way I see it is that every match was good. There was enough there to say I wanted to see more with Roman now being champ, with Oba winning. The only match that you were probably worried about going in ended up being great. What else can you ask for out of a show like that outside of something crazy happening, which we didn't get? So
hey, Danhausen punched Miz in the balls. That's pretty crazy.
and
Mannyhausen's punched Kit Wilson.
That's right. Right.
The Mannyhausens are probably the craziest thing that happened.
We leave Kit alone. Kit is the truest form of masculinity. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I do think that
the true real man.
They had that in the bag, and then they're like, "Yeah, saddle him with Miz and let him be a heel." It's like, oh,
telling you, dude.
He's still super over though. I love.
That's what I mean. Just run with it. So I'm probably closer to an 8. Maybe a little less. I don't know. Like 8 sounds about right, and then you put the 4.5 on it, or the 4 that I had. That's like 12. So it's 6 overall. Because night 1 was such a mistake. I don't want to say mistake. It just wasn't enough. It
was a dud. It was a dud.
So that also makes me wonder: was night 2 that much better in comparison? Or was it because night 1 was better? No, the main event. Obviously, I think the main event of night 2, like you said, I think it's like one of the all timers. It was fantastic, and so it had me going. And I mean, I would have liked to seen a couple of other things on night 2, so I'll give it an 8. I'm cool with an 8.
Well, that.
Why you shake your head when I say 8, Pierce?
I'm just kind of. I'm vibing. I'm vibing.
I'm just kidding.
You're not going to kick me off the Ope Beardway now, are you?
Dude, I will end this stream right now.
Well,
actually, I have no power to do that, but if I did, I'd be like,
I get cursed?
Well, that's me pushing the stream end button on my non-touch screen laptop.
Well, Pluggo, man, it's always a pleasure to have you around. We love you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate you guys always making time for me. So
and
it's
Donnie,
my pleasure.
Thanks for making the time to come on.
Donnie.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be looking to come back again sometime soon, I'm sure. And if somehow any D-Gens are still in the Vegas area next week, you can buy me a beer at my bachelor party. I'll be there next weekend.
Hey, Donnie, since this is being recorded and being into the ether, will you say that you literally just did this because I was on the show? You only did this?
Yes,
stream?
The only reason that I did this appearance was so that I could see Pluggo, and that is it. Nothing else noteworthy to talk about in wrestling at all.
Clip that. We will clip that.
Also confirming reality for all the Hoosiers out there.
Well, there's one more we have to confirm because Wells Mania still probably won't believe it, but
Best
we have
birthday gift ever. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome. See, I can be nice sometimes.
AI Donnie.
that's your trial run for the premium experience. That one
There you go.
one sentence.
Yeah, dude.
First one is free.
I used up all my credits on that one.
Yeah. From now on, it'll cost you $99.99 a month. That's what Mercedes charges for her fan club, right?
Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
$99.99 Canadian.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
That's like $175.
I'll get you on that Club WWE subscription. Don't worry. And I'll probably offer better perks than that. Let's be honest.
You get
I believe it.
some special merch or maybe ticket prices before everybody else that are still way out of price. Brandon, what do we got going on next week?
Well, it's Mania season's kind of in the books. We're dealing with a little bit of reverb, but we had one of our buds, H. Kane, local Milwaukee rapper, who is in the area. We're going to be talking with him, talking music, talking a whole bunch of fun shit next week. And we are concluding, finally, the Ope-Eh Pandamania bracket. So based on your votes, which you can find on Facebook, you can find on X. Shit, I might even make some polls here for some TikTok viewers, some YouTube followers. Put your voice in. Make your voice heard to what you think is the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Well,
Certainly wasn't this one.
WrestleMania 8 win.
WrestleMania 8. Wells Mania did not pay me to say that.
I will be making sure to create an algorithm to detect all Wells Mania bot accounts. Just putting that out there.
Well,
so
again, guys, we appreciate both of you for coming on. Donnie, we'll see you soon. Hopefully, Pluggo, you can kick down the door whenever the hell you like.
Oh,
kick your way out that door.
Man.
Don't tempt me out. Don't tempt me with a good time.
This has been your favorite podcast saying thanks for stopping to the Ope Three-Way. Have a beer or a non-alcoholic beer on us, and we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night.